I've been thinking a lot about Canada lately. Not the political headlines or who's on first or even the latest inflation numbers. Thinking more about our soul, our heart, and what we need to do to build a new economy. One that beats strong, that roars with productivity and innovation, creates purposeful jobs, a resilient tax base, and one that can support our social services, defend our sovereignty, and service the mountain of debt we're quietly stacking like fire logs. But I've also come to this truth, this harsh realization. I'm not sure our legacy industries are prepared to change the way they need to change. Too often they're gridlocked, trenched interests on all sides, the private sector, the public sector, unions, and nobody's willing to give an inch. And I get it. It's not in humans' nature to give up something they feel they've earned or deserved. So maybe, just maybe, this renaissance we so desperately need has to come from entrepreneurs, the dreamers and doers. Today I want to talk about how it can also start from the land up, from the places that define us. Today I want to talk about tourism and the transformative insight Zita Cobb shared with us. Zita reminded us that place is more than geography, it's memory, it's meaning. It's a stage where we welcome the world and we rediscover ourselves. And what a stage we offer. Canada, with its second largest landmass, 3 coastlines, ecosystem that ranges from tundra to rainforest to Rocky Mountains, cities humming with culture and multicultural and creativity. Canada is a tourism superpower waiting to be awakened. Venture and ecotourism, indigenous experiences rooted in healing and connection. Our arts, cuisine, the road trips through forests that have stood for centuries, or a Cabot trail that leaves you breathless. I think of the hot springs in Alberta, and I immediately go to creating a longevity center where people can reset their lives, add years to their life and life to the years. The Atlantic provinces where the wind smells like salt and stories of generations upon generations making it their home. But we need to think of tourism not just as a place to visit, but start thinking of it as a passport. A passport where people can be enlightened, they can experience, they can connect, they can have conversations with Mother Nature and conversations that involve human nature. Places where they can be empowered and educated. A place where guests come and not just leave with photos, but with perspective and memories that last a lifetime. Memories that they share all over the world to remind people that Canada is the place to be. Zita calls it an economic miracle. I call it a missed opportunity if we don't act. We need to invest in our tourism sector. So to every entrepreneur, every operator, every community leader, every tourism board, here's my offer to you. Send me a paragraph on what you do and where you are, and I'll send you back an idea. They might be big, they might be small, they might be half-baked, they might be bold. They might just be thought starters, but if they start you to dream and do, well, that's time well spent. Because tourism matters to all of us, and now it's time to bring the world to Canada and Canada to the world. Thank you for listening to my chat today with Zita Cobb, and I hope you tuned in last week to Ben Cowan-Dewar, who fell in love with Cape Breton and created Cabot Cliffs and Cabot Links, and are now bucket list destinations for golfers all over the world. And next week, I'm serving up another idea. We're going to move from tourism to another place Canada can soar, from farm to fork. We're going to do a deep dive into agriculture, innovation, and how we can feed a planet and our future. And once again, thank you, RBC, for making these conversations possible. This is Tony Chapman. Thanks for listening, and let's chat soon.